every day there is one drama or the other. You cannot avoid it. We're a very peculiar nation, so there is always something happening. There's always something to talk about. Not to talk of now that Nigeria is very much expectant of the upcoming elections in a year and a few months. Nigerians are very expectant. I have never seen an election much talked about 2 years prior to 2027. Nigerians are talking and discussing 2027. The thing entire me, I no go lie for you. Everywhere, whether political actors or journalists or everybody, you go to joints, you go to junction, you go to small gatherings, even in church after service, people they discuss matter for Nigeria. 2027 will be like this. So every day, that's what it is. I really don't know why the anticipation. I have really never experienced Nigerians anticipate general elections like I have witnessed since this administration of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. It wasn't even like this when Buhari was doing his first term. I didn't even know that people really looked forward towards elections like this. So it tells you that there's a section of Nigerians that have decided to wake up and focus on what is going on in the polity. Or maybe it is certain actors that decided to revive a certain demography to follow up and be aware of politics. But I will tell you the truth that when it comes to Nigeria's economy, Nigerians' lifestyle, everything about Nigeria, it is indeed quite peculiar. So while Nigerians are navigating all of the challenges that makes Nigeria what it is very pertinent that truth, justice is being upheld and that people are not suppressed because some certain persons have access, have power, or have immunity. So that's what we do right here on Voice of the People 90.3 FM. We bring up some of these issues, we talk about it. We have analysts who give us their purview or even share their own experiences. We have a logical comprehension to these issues, and obviously you react to the issues that will be discussed. I'm going to start off with Goodluck Ebele Jonathan. The former president said that he recounted the abduction of the Chibok secondary school girls in 2014, and he described it as a scar in his legacy. He said that it didn't start with his administration, actually, that it had started from, he said it started from when Yaradua was there. He was deputy to Yaradua, but it became quite worse, during his own tenure as president. And then he said that there was one particular time, let me read it out. He said that today it was during a public presentation of a book which was authored by former Chief of Defense Staff Lucky Irabo, General Lucky Irabo in Abuja. He said his administration had actually set up several committees to explore dialogue with the Boko Haram sect, and that in one of such instances, the insurgents named Buhari as their preferred negotiator. See, a lot of things are now coming to light. The talk then about some Islamization agenda by the Buhari government, the fact that certain persons were imported at that time, if Jonathan did not concede, how they intended to what you call serious bloodletting, everything is now actually coming to the fore. Things are now being revealed. Okay, so he said that he based on the fact that these Boko Haram members who wanted Buhari to negotiate with them, that he thought that it would be easy for Buhari to quench the insurgency at the time. He was supposed to stop their uprising and make sure that peace reigns, but that it got worse, and that's what actually got him confused. For example, let me read out what he said. He said one of the committees was we set up then. The Boko Haram nominated Buhari to lead their team to negotiate with the government. So I was feeling that if they nominated Buhari to represent them and have a discussion with the government committee, then when Buhari took over, it would have been an easy way to negotiate with them and they would have handed over their guns, but it was still there till today. Jonathan noted that the inability of Buhari to eradicate Boko Haram terrorists showed that the crisis was more complex than often portrayed. So he said that he thought after he left, within a reasonable time, the late General Buhari would wipe them out. But even today, Boko Haram is still there, that the issue of Boko Haram is far more complex than it is often presented. I don't know if it is the truth, though, that the issue of Boko Haram is complex, because the United Arab Emirates sent names of 400 bureau de change operators who were sending money to these guys in Nigeria. That's one. Two, the Republic of Niger, they have told us that they are about to name some Nigerian politicians who were enabling Boko Haram. In fact, let me not even lie to you. The way he said it, he spoke about it in French, and he mentioned some Nigerian politicians. Unfortunately, when it was transcribed by some news outlets, they didn't mention those names though. They didn't mention those names. So if you're to translate what that man said from French to English, he mentioned certain high profile politicians, the ones that we know, the very popular ones. The man mentioned it. He said we should just be there, that they are compiling, they are going to mention it. I don't know whether the Nigerian government will now beg them to please calm down or negotiate with him not to say anything. But the thing is, I don't know what is complex about it. This is very simple. If former General Muhammadu Buhari was named as somebody that would mediate with Boko Haram, how come during his administration it got worse? These guys were clearing communities on a daily basis. So the big question is, if that was what the 2015 general election that Buhari and the APC at the time, their premise was on eradicating insurgents, eradicating Boko Haram. That was why everybody trusted that Buhari will be able to work and ensure that Boko Haram doesn't continue. If Buhari couldn't resolve it, how are we expecting President Bola Ahmed Tinubu to resolve it? Because they're both APC. I don't know what the magic is, because it's like these individuals are afraid, or they're afraid of stepping on certain person's toes. Because I really cannot understand up till now how in broad daylight insurgency is taking place. These people on a Kwara State is now the new bed. Their bed of roses is now Kwara State. They are everywhere, and it feels like the government is unable to handle these guys. It's like our military are just fighting the air, and these guys are ghosts that they cannot apprehend. I don't get it. But this exposes quite a lot about that 2015 election. It exposes quite a lot of what transpired during Jonathan's administration. This is not exonerating this is not exonerating Jonathan about the fact that his weaknesses, his vulnerabilities were very obvious. But the conspiracy theories are apparently maybe not conspiracy theories as we had thought. We'll be looking into that in the course of the conversation, because I'll be speaking with Shedrack Uduwai, the former special advisor to Governor Obaseki in Edo State. And after that, obviously, I have my analyst right here in the studio. He'll be actually describing some pertinent issues to us right here. Now, interestingly too, in that regard, we do know that bandits or terrorists kill 4, including NYSC, that's a core member, abduct many in southern Kaduna amid underreported attacks. So apparently these guys have resurged again in southern Kaduna, and it's a mostly Christian dominated area. Okay, we're going to look into that as well. Meanwhile, in Edo State, the general hospital there is lying in ruins, and it has been converted to cassava farm as residents are left without health care. Okay, we're going to look into that as well in the course of the conversation. 2, interestingly, the EU has raised an alarm, saying that Nigeria risks repeating 2023 electoral flaws in 2027 polls. The EU has warned that Nigeria could face a repeat of the controversies, irregularities, and credibility concerns that mar the 2023 general elections if urgent and comprehensive electoral reforms are not concluded well ahead of the 2027 polls. The body made the disclosure at a press conference today in Abuja. Barry Andrews, who is a member of the European Parliament and former chief observer of the EU election observation mission to Nigeria, cautioned that the country's progress on electoral reforms remains modest at best, dangerously close to stagnation despite repeated commitments from stakeholders. So we know what happened in the 2023 presidential election, in which the president Bola Ahmed Tinubu of the APC was declared winner with 8.79 million votes, followed by Atiku and Peter Obi. These were the results announced by INEC, and the EU reported several shortcomings: the failure of INEC result viewing portal to upload results in real time, logistical failures, last-minute changes to polling arrangements, widespread vote buying, intimidation of voters, and the weak prosecution of electoral offences. So again, there are a lot of recommendations that the EU gave. But here is also what makes things quite interesting. Now, if you recall, there's this guy they call Sego. You will call him one of the Lagos State NURTW boss. He made a threat recently to deal with opponents of the APC. Now, that thing actually went viral. The person that made it go viral was Gbadebo Rosevival, the Labour Party governorship candidate in 2023. He campaigned on the Labour Party platform. Now, this man was heard speaking in Yoruba. I really don't know how, I don't know if anyone can help me translate or possibly, yes, translate what he said in Yoruba. I'll be playing that out so that it doesn't seem as if we're just speaking and there is no viable evidence to what is being said. So apparently what he said was that okay, let me play it, and you guys can understand what he means. Okay, so one of the things he said was that okay, so I think the network is okay. This is what happened. The chairman of the National Union of Road Transport Workers, Mustafa Sego, was on Thursday invited by the Department of State Services following allegations that he made inflammatory remarks, ahead of the 2027 January elections. Sego came under heavy public scrutiny after a viral video captured him addressing union members in Yoruba, warning that a repeat of the 2023 elections would not be tolerated. In the clip, he declared that those who make any mistake in 2027 will be dealt with, urging his audience to support the All Progressives Congress. Now, this remark actually triggered widespread backlash, with many accusing him of voter intimidation. So the DSS then invited him, and he denied it. He said it's not true, that the DSS invited him and that they've released him on bail, that he dismissed the claims that they are false and malicious, insisting that his message was directed exclusively at union members, not the general public. I don't know, but please, let's take a listen to this. So we're not... Okay, so Mr. Lawa Ekundayo, good evening. Thank you for joining us. Can you interpret what he said?
It's a model of I can't get it clearly. What he's saying is that people, what happened in 2023 should not repeat itself. That if they say they will not accept, that they too will not accept.
If they say they will not accept, who are the they that will not accept?
If they don't vote for APC, that they say that means if you say you will not listen to what you are saying, you want to go and do what we told you not to do, that we will react based on we will not accept that from you. So He's saying it generally, I think.
But he's denying that he did not say that. He's denying. He said that through the video, he said that the DSS invited him for questioning earlier in the day. He dismissed the claims as false and malicious, insisting that his message was directed exclusively at union members, not the general public. But he alleged that the controversy was orchestrated by a rival group seeking to undermine his leadership within the Lagos transport sector. According to him, he says there is always an enemy in every job, and we know where this is coming from. This is clearly an attempt to destabilize me and the NURTW in Lagos State. However, the DSS has not issued any official statement on the outcome of the questioning they had with Sego.
Now, if I want to say something, let me just say in a minute. Even the union members have the right to vote for anybody they want to vote for. So for you to say it, even as a chairman, it's still intimidation. It's still intimidation now. That means you are telling them that they have no choice except what to tell them.
Well, this is coming up after...
So there's no way you can get out of it.
This is coming up after what happened with Revival when he wanted to join the ADC. We saw all that happened. And he's not the only person. During the local government election, some opposition party members who went to some communities or local government to actually cast their vote, campaign, they asked them to turn back. They asked them that this place is for APC, is already taken. They cannot, and everyone is afraid that this is what the APC is starting off in Lagos State, a situation where if you're not voting for the APC, do not even bother coming to Lagos State to campaign. And if, according to some persons, that this is the political powerhouse, every other state that is APC state can say we don't want any opposition to come and campaign, and that is dangerous. That's a dangerous precedent, because what he said, he wasn't joking. I told you that they've been saying all these things on social media. They've been insisting that what happened in 2023 will not repeat itself in 2027. They are doing everything they can to ensure. That's what.
Wait, what happened?
Lagos State was not won by the APC. That's what they are saying.
Is that what happened in 2027?
That is what they are saying. That what happened in 2023 rather will not repeat in 2027. That because how can the president's home states be lost to an opposition? So they are going to apply whatever mechanism to ensure it doesn't happen. What Sego said, it's not a joke. Maybe he made that statement too early, but everything has been set up. They've been saying it. The supporters have been saying it on social media that you people don't even know what is waiting for you. They've been making they are not hiding the threat. So where are we heading with this? That's a big question. If this is being publicly done in a democratic dispensation, supposedly by an administration who the president was one that fought for democracy with Nadeko, I don't understand what is being experienced. But this is not funny. And if the DSS keeps mum about it, it means that somehow they're part of the process. Because even what happened with Rose Viver when he came to Lagos, you saw that the security personnel who were on ground could not even disperse what happened. They allow those guys to take whatever they wanted to do whatever they wanted to do, and go ahead with it. This is a dangerous precedent to our democracy. And you heard what the EU said in regards to this, that they're afraid that what they're observing and what is on ground, that there could be a repeat of what transpired in 2023. Okay, we'll be looking into that in the course of the conversation. Now, Kenneth Okonkwo recently said something. I don't know if you know Kachi Ononuju. He's one of the persons you call them. They are political negotiators. Kachi Ononuju has been speaking quite a lot about certain persons, how they set up the obedient movement, how they've been negotiating with the PDP and the ADC, to make sure that Obi is their presidential candidate and all whatnot. Now, Kenneth Okonkwo debunked some of the things that Kachi Ononuju said about him, and that he's shocked that Peter Obi heard some of the things he said and that he kept quiet, that Peter Obi doesn't like to defend the truth, and that Peter Obi is now allowing urchins, that's how he referred to them, to speak on he's attracting urchins. That's what Kenneth said. I'll be playing that voice note very soon as the conversation goes on. But right now, let's join Mr. Shadrach Udubai. He was a former SA2 Governor Obaseki. We'll be speaking with him right about now. In that particular regard, let's take this very short break so we can connect with him. Thank you for patiently waiting with us. We're trying to connect with Mr. Shadrach. Okay, so while we're trying to do that, I think I will have to call him via the telephone because the virtual is really not it's not really giving us time enough. Okay, so Mr. Shadrach, good evening. Okay, I think he has joined us now. Hello, sir. Good evening. How are you? Mr. Shadrach, can you hear me? Can you hear me now? Have you joined? Hello, sir. Okay.
I've joined. You've accepted me.
All right. Okay. Yes. Thank you very much. I can see you now. Thank you very much. Okay. Thank you very much. Let me use my headset. So, Mr. Shadrach, welcome to the conversation this evening on the Evening Rush. How are you? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you very well.
Thank you very much. For the first time, today we can see you now compared to the other time. You're good, actually. Your camera is okay. I can see your face. If you're joining us on YouTube, you can actually watch Mr. Shadrach. He's with us on the Evening Rush. He's joining us virtually all the way from Edo State. Mr. Shadrach, welcome. Let me start off with this very interesting situation in Edo State. So the primary healthcare center there's a situation whereby apparently it's in ruins and it's been converted to a cassava farm because the residents are left without health care. Recently, we saw a video of Governor Monday Okpebolo. He was inspecting some projects ongoing, and the person who was accompanying them was hyping him and saying, "See governor inside gutter, governor they work, governor they do well, governor is doing so good. Which governor you don't see for gutter where they inspect projects, humble governor, good governor," and all of that stuff. And it's funny because the primary responsibility of any leadership in any government is the fact that good roads, proper healthcare at the grassroots is provided, access link roads, social welfare services are easy to access. It's a primary thing. So it always feels like whenever they're doing their primary responsibilities, everyone hails them as if they're doing something extraordinary. At this day and age, the governors are meant to be doing something extraordinary, meaning that we're supposed to be seeing tech hubs being set up, innovative platforms being set up. But things as primary as setting up roads, establishing healthcare centers, setting basic renovations are seen as such a big deal in this part of the world. What's your take on that?
I wouldn't want to say, Nigeria, even ordinarily, the average Nigerian government has gone beyond the two states because with the nature of governor that we had, that was given to us by the Independent National Electoral Commission and Nigerian Judiciary, those states have been thrown roughly about 20 years backward. People cannot act more than they know. It is leadership and governance is the basis of your knowledge. You can only act within the ambit of your knowledge. And because Mondo Okpebolo, I dare say, is not sophisticated enough to even govern a local government, let alone a state, governance is not being reduced to pedestrianism. Because the man knows he does not have the requisite capacity to make meaningful and productive contributions to the life of Edo people, he cannot continue with the humongous legacy that Godwin Obaseki had left on ground. He had now resorted to drama and theatrics. Our governor, to a large extent, is the drama queen. He's the number one content creator in Edo State. Everywhere he goes to, people are carrying camera around him. He moves around with the hype man who tells him he's the first son of Jesus Christ, the firstborn son of Jesus, Okpebolo. Edo is shining, Edo is doing well, governor with the jump at water, governor with the spare project on weekend, governor with not the sleep, governor with not the rest. It's a very funny and irritating set at the same point in time. That's the reality we've come to grasp because you and I know how everybody is aware of the election that brought Senator Mondo Okpebolo as governor. And today we cannot say we have a governance that is a semblance of what the people truly deserve or desire. So for us, it's a double jeopardy that good governance is on holiday, while what we see every day is drama. Many of you are aware of many of the projects he has championed. Many of them are just totally abstract failure. There's nothing that I can write to. There's nothing I can say. Though they may say, Oshiregwa, you are a mindless critic. The man has done A, B, and C. But judging by the results, not just the action, but the effect of the action, how it has improved life and the way for the people, there's basically nothing to write him about. Most of the infrastructure projects he has taken on board, they are high-quality projects. Many of them costing billions of and yet Okpebolo cannot state how much was being put into all of these projects. We've seen him buying vehicles, and it's a very irritating and it's a worrisome trend whereby you are buying recently started buying bulldozers. I don't know where they use bulldozers to cannot bulldozer. I'm close to the mining sector. I work with bulldozers. It's used to move the earth, perhaps to open new roads. How can I just say buy 3 bulldozers and commission it? What do you want the park get? A bulldozer that cannot move. He has chains. He can't even move on third road. It has to be they carried on the back. So where exactly is the bush? Where exactly is the desert? Are we now falling trees? So there's totally misplaced priority. The other time I went to start buying Okada back. Chinese Okada bikes wants to fight security kidnappers. He bought over 300. He came back from abroad from his Zoom investment and said he wants to buy another 100 Okada. You see, the man has been making so much clueless policies. He has borrowed unnecessarily, and recently he's come out and said he wants to buy another supplementary budget of 125 million naira, 125 billion. So if you look at all these things, and you see the government he runs is highly bloated. But the problems of today had about 26 commissioner designated. Many of them don't have portfolio. They are just hanging around like bats in government house. There's no portfolio. They are just there. Special advisors, too numerous to mention. All the boards have been saturated. Last week in board.
Mr. Shadrach.
So they write to me about, I wish you had someone from the APC or from one of those governments. So that is what we have done. I challenge them anywhere. Even most of the time when I go on other television stations in the states, they are always absent. They practically do not appear. They abscond. And the ones who come really have little or no defense to offer. So we can't cry more than the situation of find ourselves. It's a sorry state, and the man is just obsessed. There are only two agenda: to give 2.5 million votes. 2.5 million phantom votes to Bola Ahmed Tinubu, because he believes that though people did not vote for him, what brought him to power is Bola Ahmed Tinubu. That is the custodian of his political destiny. And once he's able to give Tinubu 2.5 million votes, once Tinubu becomes president in 2027, in 2028, he will be returned as governor. He doesn't care whether other people are suffering. He doesn't understand the plight of good governance. He gives little or no regard to the yearnings of the people, to our pains and our collective stress. There's no regards to it. For him, the phantom vote is what he needs, 2.5 million votes. That is non-existent. I don't think my police vote up to 100,000. So I have no idea where Modupebolo is seeing 2.5 million votes. And beyond that is enjoying with politicians. They are flying private jet all around. The APC stakeholders, the party members, all those persons who corroborated the rigging into office, they are enjoying. They're having a feed day where good governance is on holiday.
Interesting. Now, wow. So what will I go do now? What will the people of Edo do now if this is what it is? If the concentration is focused on an over-bloated cabinet, my priority projects is not something that he's focusing on. The other time he said that there is a state of emergency for education. I saw some videos on some of the link roads, major link roads in a very bad state. Goods and services being transported on those roads. We saw trucks, somersaulting inside those ditches along the road. So the question is, what are the people of Edo doing in asking that something be done about those roads? Is it that they're federal government roads and that's why they've been left in that terrible, deteriorated state?
For the people of Edo states, for many of them with good conscience who are desirous of sustainable democracy, we've been left to crying. That's what they say. Every time I complain, they say, Shadrach, you cry for 8 years, your tears are just beginning. Because the man practically is deaf to the yearnings of the people. The issue of these federal roads, they practically left those federal roads in deplorable states, playing politics with it, where Governor Godwin Nogaso Obaseki was governor. Because the federal government refused to address the situation, the presence of any of the roads that comes into Edo State. Whether it's the Sapele Road, the Agboro Bypass, the Lagos Benin Express Road, or the Sapele Road, Benin Sapele Warri Road, all of them were just all comatose, and they were using it to play politics, to make the state look bad. And they said, according to Basket, to use state resources to fund and to repair those federal roads. And I said before, the federal government is rich enough to take care of the federal roads. Why will we now be deploying our migrant resources in the state to now be repairing federal roads? When you and I know that it's practically impossible federal government to refund money used by the PDP state government in repairs of federal roads. And Tinubu has said before, the roads are your roads. When you repair them, there's no provisions for pay. So when Mondo Pablo came on board, he started acting as though he was the SSA to the president. He started running around the old federal roads. Today is in Sapele Road, tomorrow is in Agbo Bypass, the next tomorrow. So it was just play politics with it. Say yes, the Ekpoma Benin Ochi Road is going to be done. I bet you trailers are spending 2 weeks. They are sleeping in the Benin Ekpoma. That's the road that leads from Benin to his own village in Edo Central. That major road that connects Edo North to Edo Central to Edo South is the comatose. The other adjoining roads that go through Akure, Benin Akure Expressway, you have to cut into through Sobe. There are kidnappers there. Even Mondo Pebulu, who went to buy 100 bus to put in the new Edo line, which was just another clueless engagement of Edo resources, Fuga resources, a complete waste, I dare say. His boss was also kidnapped in that road. So the challenge we have in this state is that There's really nothing we can do. The man does not have the requisite capacity. You know, you can cry more than the bereaved, but the man does not even have what it takes to offer solution. When a man does not have solution, and yet he gathers himself to those charlatans who are shouting on the Pueblo, you are doing well, and though it's shining, God bless you, you will be here, you will last forever. How do you not think the man will not respond? Or the man that appears to be very generous with state resources, doling out millions and billions of dollars to every Dick and Harry who comes across his way, while suffocating the real duty of governance. He likes drama, so he runs to he said he's offering practical governance. He goes to a school that is dilapidated, they snap picture, he moves around. Tomorrow they go and fix down one school and they're going to shit it at propaganda. He says he has repaired over 68 schools. Why are the names of the schools not being published? The people who are carrying contracts with this government do not even have the requisite capacity. We are laughing and we are just wondering because the other people know the truth. They are the ones who are wearing the shoe. They know where it pinches them. And then so for us, we are just managing. Where he said he had commissioned the road as though it was the state government that's commissioned his ferry road. But in that road, of about 40-30 kilometers, only about 4 kilometers has been done. There's a slow pace of work. The work is dragging. There's complete laxity, both on the part of the federal government and part of the state government. While Mondo Pueblo continue to enjoy himself, working in the gutter, testing concrete, swimming in erosion, snapping pictures, and walking inside the mud just to show that he's doing something when nothing is being done. What the man has turned himself into is an inspector. I say, is Mondo Pueblo a bricklayer? Is he a plumber? Is he a welder that now spends more time in the field looking at projects than in government where he's supposed to carry out administrative purposes?
Mr.
So for us in
Shedrack,
Edo State, it's a very sad situation. And I want Nigeria to learn from our lesson.
Mr. Shedrack, calm down. You get mouth too. See all the ascriptions. He said, we see, calm down. Okay, no wahala. We'll try to get the speaker to Monday Okpebolo, somebody special advisor as well, to know if most of the things you're saying is what it is. Because they will tell you that Monday Okpebolo is working, he's doing so well, he has a heart of people.
So when they tell Monday Okpebolo is working, ask them what sector, what the man has done. The man has done, you tell the man has bought 50 vehicles for security, 300
did you see him inside the gutter?
You know, ask them what has been the impact. Has he helped or not? That's what you're not catching.
You didn't see him inside the gutter. He was working. Didn't you hear what the hype man said? I mean, which other governor have you seen in such a manner inspecting projects? Come on, he's working.
Madam, does your governor in your own state have a hype man? Which governor in Nigeria has a hype man? I don't understand why we make this thing look very pedestrian. A man that a tout walks around with the governor shouting, "Your Excellency, you're everywhere. Come get more of those things. You are Jesus Christ's first son. You are doing it. You will be forever. Is that how we measure good governance?
Mr. Shedrack, everybody needs something to enable them.
But we are enjoying the comedy. You cannot give us bad governance and still not give us a comedy. So we have resorted to enjoying the comedy. When it goes on gutter, we share the picture and we laugh. When they go and test concrete, we go and laugh. When it goes to swim erosion, we also laugh. Whatever it does now, we just have to laugh because everybody knew how the election came about. And now Bola Ahmed Tinubu broke down the infrastructure of the INEC. They reduced it and they did utter manipulation of results. I gave us a governor that we do not deserve. Before this election came about, we said Mondo Pueblo does not have the requisite capacity. People call him on the D7 across social media because of the man's work result. A man perhaps whose work result, who failed government in his work result, will give him government to manage. A man who terrorized wrote WAEC at the age of 36 and got a very poor grade. You now give that man education and say you should focus on how to develop education in your state. A man who does not value education, Mondo Pueblo says a billionaire. You can't point to any area of sector that Mondo Pueblo had worked. Perhaps even the form is submitted in INEC. There was no, when they asked him about his work experience, there was nil. The man has not worked anywhere. Perhaps the work he has done is not proud enough to share it with the people. It is a sorry state. Let me not be that I'm embarrassing myself. We are just managing.
You don't know that officially right now, you don't necessarily need any educational qualification. You don't even need a certificate to become a president or a governor. Don't you know? What matters is if you have the brain to do what you need to do. You're complaining about his WAEC certificate, he failed government. They know they look that one now. You don't know, you don't understand. They don't look at all those qualifications now.
I'm struggling to hear you. Let us break this seriously. I don't know if you go close to your microphone. I'm struggling to hear you.
I said that you don't necessarily need all the qualifications or achieved good results. Have you not seen now that you can have presidents and governors without any form of certification, so long as they have the IQ to be in charge, to rule? So certification does not qualify good leadership. leadership. I'm just saying, certification does not mean that leadership will be bad or leadership will be good. It all depends on the heart or the ability of the person to do what they need to do. I don't know if you understand where I'm coming from. You don't understand where I'm coming from.
Let me address the issue of education.
Okay.
You see, if you have a company and you want to employ someone, a company as big and versatile as Edo State, for you know what government is, and perhaps you're hoping that you want to improve the lives and property or the lives and well-being of the people. You're hoping to resolve majority of their challenges using international best practices and some solutions that are inclined or anchored on technology. And you go and bring somebody that is poorly educated. See, I would say Mondo Pueblo cannot fail. All this is we are doing now, we are not being fair to the man. Mondo Pueblo cannot fail because Mondo Pueblo did not promise people anything. Mondo Pueblo is the only governor that I've seen in my life that contested the election and won without a manifesto. Mondo Pueblo never had a manifesto. There was no document to say, Mondo Pueblo, this is what I want to do for Edo people. Mondo Pueblo barely had any video where he stated clearly what he wanted to do. He will say, number one, education. Number two, insecurity. He will forget number three and say, number four, I will make the market women happy. There was never a time he stated clearly what he wanted to do. Because what I understand as democracy is that the person who wants to run for office will come out and say, yes, I want to be your governor. This is what I will do. A, B, C, D. That manifesto stands as a social contract between the people and the man if he eventually gets elected. Then the people will not carry that manifesto and evaluate and say, oh, based on what this man says he wants to do, it shows that the man understands the plight of Edo people. He understands the situation we are in, and he also has what it takes to take us to where we want to be. Do not juxtapose his promises with his personal character, because good governance is not about intellect, it's all about character, it's also about character. Do not say, okay, what has this man done in time past to show that he can do what he's promising? Where has he worked? Where has he managed man and resources to prosperity? What exactly is the foundation of his educational qualification? What has he managed? Even though the man may be a poorly educated, but the man can show that he can manage man and manage resources to prosperity for it to give you that mandate. Mondo Pueblo did not have a manifesto. Mondo Pueblo came on board with after yammering currently. You could see the campaign videos there everywhere. So when the man now won, what basis do you think I was a mistake? The only way we can judge Mondo Pueblo is if Mondo Pueblo fails to deliver on his promises. Since there are no promises, Mondo Pueblo cannot fail. You cannot set an example for somebody, there is no question, and the person submits a blank sheet and you say the person has failed. That's practically impossible. So Mondo Pueblo in government can do what he likes, but he cannot fail, because I cannot judge Mondo Pueblo on what I think he should do. You cannot judge Mondo Pueblo on what Mondo Pueblo you think Mondo Pueblo can do. We can only judge Mondo Pueblo on what Mondo Pueblo promised that he will do. And I tell you, without missing words, Mondo Pueblo promised us nothing. Whatever he's doing now is just a knee-jerk approach. It's a sorry state for us. It's double jeopardy. So when you make it look as though it's not by educational, I not see the reforms, the investment summit they went for in Scotland, the 250 million Zoom investment. You see, we have become a laughing stock in this state. A governor who struggles to pronounce the sum of his budget, the figures on his budget, and you're telling them about education. Something a JS3 or a JS1 child can do with ease. Some people in primary school can do that with ease, and yet you say we should be putting dollars. Well, Nigeria knows the truth.
I hope you understand where I'm coming from when I made that statement. That with the current political dispensation and with how things have been in our political space, having the adequate educational prerequisite does not necessarily necessitate the fact that governance will be exquisite. I am just saying that not right now. You can be a governor, you can be a president without having any certification. That's just what I'm saying. That's just it. So you cannot judge him with his certification, because right now there's a precedence that even if you don't have any qualification or certification, you can actually be in charge of government. I'm just saying that. So I hope you understand where I'm coming from in that regard.
So you're trying to quote the law, the books,
exactly,
to say that the minimum qualification is a primary school certificate, right?
Okay, fine, that's part of it. But with current issues happening right now in our political space, there is a pattern. So I'm just saying that pattern right now is not just, isolated to Mondo Pueblo. Some ministers, some senators, some House of Rep members don't have the prerequisite educational qualification, yet they are there. And they're representing constituencies and they're meant to deliver governance. All right? So So I hope you understand what I'm saying. And there are some
I
disputes.
understand it very well.
Exactly. There are disputes about educational qualifications, certificates, and all of that. And they're in charge of government. So I hope you understand where I'm coming from in regards to that. Now let's move on to
I
something
understand
else.
it.
I'll be speaking with an aide to Governor Kwebolo. He will definitely counter some of the things that you have said and say you are just basically angry because your person did not win election. Okay, so let's look at this. Former President Goodluck Ebele Jonathan recently revealed to us that he was surprised that Boko Haram insurgency was worse during Buhari's administration. He mentioned that Buhari
I don't know
was
if you could go to your microphone. I'm struggling to hear
okay.
you. I don't know,
Can
so
you
that
hear
I
me
can get your
well
questions
now?
clearly.
Can you hear me well now? Can you hear
Yes,
me well?
yes, yes.
Okay,
It's
very
just
good. So I'm
yes.
so sorry. I think it's the internet. I said I'm going to speak very slowly. Former President Goodluck Ebele Jonathan, during a book launch by former Chief of Army Staff Lucky Rabo, said that he is surprised that we're still dealing with insurgency, banditry, and ISWAP. He said when he was the president at the time, when they were trying to mediate with these individuals, these miscreants, these enemies of darkness, that they mentioned that they wanted Buhari to be a mediator. So he was surprised when Buhari became the president and insurgency became worse. Now this brings to the fore about certain top elements in our polity responsible for sponsoring these individuals. Now, the question that came to the mind of a lot of Nigerians is if a whole Buhari, whom these terrorists had said they wanted him to mediate on their behalf, could not resolve the issue of insurgency, how is it possible for President Bola Ahmed Tinubu to resolve the issue of insurgency? What's your take on that?
First of all, you see, my own disposition with President Muhammadu Buhari, so that the one was very, very lenient with the Fulanis and the northern oligarchies. And there were two things that really marked his administration. It was this issue of insurgency, because the man treated it with kid gloves.
Yeah.
There was never a time he was decisive with it. He kind of state managed it. He handled it poorly, I must say. I felt maybe because he didn't want to be, because many of the persons who had voted for him were ethnic jingoists, they were extremists, as it was being stated, the Buharists to a large extent. He has said that he had relations in Niger. His cousins are there. If we disturb it too much, he will go to Niger and go and relax. And so we saw that there was porous border, there was influx of many of his cousins in Niger, bearing arms to Nigeria to come and hustle, and they make money by virtue of kidnapping and all those crime activity. Maybe Buhari didn't want to address comprehensively because he didn't want to offend his kinsmen or his brothers. So, and that what also convinced me was his attempt to convert our Nigerian democracy to authority, which became a government of the cow, by the cow, and for the cow. Where the cow, the life of cow is now equated to the life of human. We now have to create room for cows to graze, to walk on that road, cows to do all sorts of things. He came with a Ruga, we must create space for Ruga. Later, he came with fast settlements. There were numerous policies, dubious attempts to shove cow as a major part of the Nigerian life. And it stated clearly that we cannot be talking of ranching because this pastoral farming is part of the Fulani man's life. It's cultural, and they will learn to live with him or accept them. And why they have the capacity to bear arms. And whenever you arrest any of those Fulanis down south, with one or two focus, they are released without any form of punishment or interrogation. So for me, I saw that Bola Ahmed Tinubu has assumed into office. Bola Ahmed Tinubu assumed office in 2023. My thinking was that for the first time in a long while, we're going to have a Southerner who to a large extent has the balls, the political disposition, the temerity to address this issue head on. Because first of all, he is not just a Northerner. We want to put an end to it. Because at that point in time, the insurgencies were not taking a toll on even the Northerners.
Yeah. Many
Many of them were crying and they were grieving for their situation. And we said, okay, Bola Ahmed Tinubu is a political leader, a strong one, who does not cow to the whims and cries of any political leader, who is strong. But what did we saw? We saw that the man was even worse than what we anticipated. Bola Ahmed Tinubu turned his eyes against the insecurity, insurgency, and focused mainly on weaponizing poverty. He focused on taxation. His sole aim was to remove all the money from the poor, remove all the palliatives that they have given to us, all the subsidy, whether it's fuel subsidy, whether it's electricity subsidy, whether it's educational subsidy, remove all the subsidy, pack all the money, multiply their taxes and their sorrows, and hand the money over to politicians so that the politicians will have enough resources to weaponize power so that the the poor and the rich will become widened and deepened, and the man drew us into this political comatose. He totally ignored insecurity. Then beyond that, he started empowering Lagos. All his projects, all the humongous projects that we've seen in South Nigeria, they are all headquartered in Lagos. He rewrote the tax laws, brought his Lagos boys to Aso Rock. So the man was not interested in solving the problem of insecurity. As long as there was no insecurity in Lagos, there was no insecurity in Osun, where it comes from. What was happening in the north, the northerners could handle themselves there. Perhaps they are not killing Southerners in the north. It's a northern idea. So the man just turned the black eye on those things and decided not to rock the boat, but rather to carry out his own agenda and further his own personal interest, destroy INEC, hold the judiciary, and ensure that even when he leaves office in 2027, he's able to ring himself back. And eventually, if he lasts till 2030, he's going to, from his house in Bodilon, dictate who becomes who, what, and when across the 36 states of Nigeria. That is Bola Ahmed Tinubu's agenda. He does not care about security. He does not care whether Nigerians are dying. He does not care whether Nigerians are suffering. As long as he reduces Nigeria to a small political hegemony, like he did with Lagos, where he now detects whoever becomes governor, commissioner, senator, then it's good to go. So everybody appears to have their own agenda. Insecurity is not in Bola Ahmed Tinubu's agenda. And it's so sadly as it is, that's the reality on ground.
Mr. Shadrach, the president has told us that the priority of his administration is the Nigerian people. Unfortunately,
I'm hearing you again. Please help me.
It's okay, sorry. The president has told us that his priority is to ensure that there is economic viability, the country is secure and safe and rid of corruption. Very recently, when the president returned from Brazil, while he was in Brazil, he told us that corruption is done with. On the 1st of October, Independence Day, the president said that the Nigerian military, the Nigerian defense, are actually working hard and that they are overcoming insecurity. Okay, so what if the president, whatever it is that he's being told, is not the reality? Because you just said a lot of things, that the president is basically wanting to convert the federal government to how he converted Lagos, but the president will dispute all that you have just said. So in reality, what if what is written on paper?
I don't know. I really can't get the line is breaking. Breaking and your voice is not clear. So you struggle to put all of these things together. I'm not getting the idea of the question.
I'm going to call you via the telephone now. It seems that the internet is trying to frustrate our conversation because we're actually having a very good conversation. So just pick up your phone. I am calling you right now so we can have a clearer conversation. You can hear me very well. So check out your phone. I'm sure I'm bringing. Yes. Hello? Good. Hello. Now, well done. Can you hear me clearly now?
Yes, very well.
Thank you very much. I'm so sorry about that. I think it's the internet. What I'm saying is that the president told us, okay, that his administration is really all about the concerns of Nigerians. He also believes very strongly that in the first, quarter of his administration, he has actually achieved quite a lot. 12 reforms out of all the things he wants to do, he has been able to achieve it. On the 1st of October, the president in a national broadcast told us that we're winning the war against insecurity. When the president was in Brazil, he told us that there's no more corruption. He told us that we're getting more proceeds, all right, from internally generated revenue and from export. We're no longer importing as such. So is it possible that what is written and delivered to the president is a complete abstract of the reality on ground? Because what you said now, the presidency would deny that he's turning the federal government into Lagos. He will deny that he has, like you said, he has turned Abuja to a place where its Lagos boys are there. He will dispute all of these things that you have said. But in other words, in reaction to what the president has said and what you said, do you think somehow that what he is being presented with is not the reality on ground?
I should respond now or respond when you
Yes, respond now. Respond.
Okay, you see, the truth is this. An average politician can say wherever he likes.
Okay.
That's the sad reality. They yammer correctly. The people who wrote the speech for him want to ensure that the man looks good at one time. It was in this government we said Nigeria are not stable, the economy is not stable, are not earning enough, and the government are not earning enough, we're not need to borrow anymore. And there's a couple of people that you go to the National Assembly, they want to borrow money. You see, how many people can laugh, but that's just fucking trade. Progressive Congress are promised that they can call white black and they can call black white. They can progress in any direction. Nigerians see. They know something. They say nobody who knows that the people will decide who their is. I'll be leading the quality. If I explain economic policies to me, you tell me that I have a plan to ensure Nigeria gets better. You need to let it black.
Mr. Shadrach, hold on. This network they cut is still a break. I don't know what's in the happen. No, where you put yourself, but that place where you dey share network dey there. Make I try call you because I don't know what is happening. We're having a situation with the network and his audio is not very clear. It needs to be very clear. Hello? Hello? Mr. Shadrach, can you hear me now?
Yes. Okay. I can hear you very clearly.
The phone call was bad. You were also breaking. The transmission wasn't very clear. Please continue what you were saying. Continue.
Okay, so I said they can say all they like, they can give us the different shades of stories, but Nigerians know the truth. If the life is better, average Nigerian knows. If life is not better, average Nigerian knows. If they are dead decisively with insecurity, then we should not be having bandits who are carrying guns, sophisticated weapons, rafts of ammunition to go for negotiations. We will not be hearing what the Zamfara state government is saying that he's watching them on his phone. We will not be hearing all these clashes. At least it have reflected in the food prices across the north and the southern part of Nigeria. So all of these things, they can say what they like, their rhetorics, because they are going to pamper the old rhetoric to ensure that the average Nigerian does not know what the truth is. Because for many of them, they are disconnected from reality. They just give us the illusion that for the fact that dollar is 1,500 and it has remained so for a couple of weeks, it means the economy is stable. And I ask them, for the fact that dollar is 2,000 naira and it remains there forever, does that mean the economy is stable? What are we talking about? What is it's stable but not affordable, and you say we should be clapping and celebrating.
Dollar is now 1,475 naira to a dollar. 1,475 naira to a dollar. They actually said that that's a good one for the administration that it's dropping. So I just wanted to
1,455 naira.
1,475 naira to a dollar. That's the current
much
dollar.
Difference it took about 20 years for dollar to live from 150 naira. Yes, 150 naira to about 400 naira. And took about a few more, less than 3 years, to move from 400 something naira to 1,500 naira. And it drops back with 25. You see, we like too much joke in this country. And there's nothing we're not going to see. As long as we're going to be that we are complacent, we can manage. We see 10% growth amidst 100% failure, and we celebrate the 10% growth, forgetting the other steps of failure that we have taken in time past. Where did he meet the dollar? That's the question you ask him. Where did you meet it, and where is it now? That's a clear reflection of what you have done. Your impact is where it was and where it currently is. If there's an aberration, a discrepancy about where it was and where it is, then you should be held responsible for it. There's no guessing about that. You can't be measuring where you took it to where you are not taking it to now. It can't fly. Bola Ahmed Tinubu, as I dare say, in terms of economic reforms, is a colossal failure. In terms of security, it's a colossal failure.
Is that not There's a corruption. His administration is not yet over. Be coming down. He says that things will still get better. He says at least before 2027, more reforms, more things. From 2026, when the reforms start kicking off, that we'll begin to see the expediency of some of these economic projects, what he has in mind for Nigerians. So let's be hopeful rather than completely flooring the president. There are quite a lot of challenges. That
political primaries will come up in June 2026.
Yeah.
Once we finish Christmas, January 1st, 2026, politics will begin. The only policy you will see, the economic policy you will see, is the deployment of resources to governors, political associates, and cronies to buy votes, to share for market women, trader money, loan, all of those pedestrian schemes in order to please the people before they get to power. And they said before now they've shared already 419 billion, they shared 6 billion to the poorest of the poor, conditional cash transfer. Those are the only things you start seeing before election. There's no other policy. I just say there's no way across the world where poverty has been solved by handing money to citizens and negating security, economic imbalance, and welfare of the people, growth, development, human capital development, and infrastructure. When you pull out these things secondary and you engage in socially welfareism, whereby you share money for supporters of your government, APC mobilizers, and you say the economy will grow, is a shame if average Nigeria refuse to believe that narrative.
All right, before I let you go quickly, something happened very recently in Lagos. The reason why I'm asking you this question is the last time we talked, you seemed to be that you may leave the PDP. I think based on what you said, to join the ADC. And there is an intolerance in APC states against opposition. So something happened recently with the NURTW boss in Lagos State, where we heard him speaking to his union leaders speaking in Yoruba, warning that a repeat of what transpired in 2023's electoral event would not be tolerated. In that clip, he declared that those who make any mistake in 2027 will be dealt with. He threatened them. He literally threatened them. But he was, there was a backlash on social media. Rhodes Vival, the Labour Party governorship candidate in 2023, was the one who actually escalated, and everyone was talking and said they were attacking the DSS. Are you guys going to sit down here and hear what this man is saying? So nobody has any choice to vote for anyone if they're not voting for the APC, and he's visibly and authoritatively saying it. So he went and was responded to the DSS call and came out to say no, it was not a general statement. He was just speaking to his union leaders that he cannot have the capacity to do so. But there are talks that in certain APC states, for example Lagos, that they will be completely intolerant of opposition. So if this is what it takes and rally begins, are we saying that in APC control states they will not allow opposition rally? We'll be seeing people hurting each other, people who possibly, because a state is an APC governed state, they will not allow oppositions come in. And how do you think this will affect Nigeria's polity when certain persons will be disenfranchised or not allow for free will to present or participate in any form of rally for any of their political candidates of choice?
You see, this issue of intolerance is a major theme in Lagos state politics. It reflects the body language of the president, who established political intolerance as a major criteria, as a tool for bullying opposition into submission. I also saw when he became president that he managed to crumble the PDP and the Labour Party, practically making it impossible for Nigeria to have opposition. So when you hear about it, you now hear his agents, whether it be NUROWT, whatsoever they call themselves, Dagberos or charlatans in Lagos, now issuing threats, harassing people, or perhaps conditioning them to ensure that they do not go that way. It shows the level of politics that we are playing in this state, how we've reduced it to pedestrianism. First of all, the Nigerian Constitution in Section 39 every state the freedom of expression and the right for each and everyone to own our opinion. And Section 40 states clearly our right to freedom of assembly and association. Those things were put together to ensure that we have our characteristic free democracy, whereby the opinions of citizens cannot be hounded, whereby we can disagree without leading to contempt. So that's the challenge. But for us now see that people are not being, when you now speak against the decision, you are being seen to be an enemy of the state. When you disagree, they see they polarize the party, the polity along ethnic and religious line. When you now disagree with your party, they see you as a sabotage. And when you oppose anything about ethnic, you see to be an enemy of the ethnic group. For us, it's very irritating. And even electoral law section 97 of the Electoral Act speaks clearly. It speaks against the use the campaigns of aspirants by engaging in political intolerance. Any speeches, any campaign that is
Honorable Shadrach, okay. Honorable Shadrach, you're really, really breaking. It's terrible. We're going to take a very short break right now. We need to play some ads, and then when we return, the conversation will continue. To kindly stay with us.
Customer, welcome. What do you want buy?
I want buy changeover. Cutout fuse and distribution board made of 100% heavy duty copper.
Oh, come, I get them. See, I'm here.
No, now I'm looking for Slatter Star J cutout fuse and distribution board, Nipo cutout fuse, Star J solar battery, inverter, MPPT controller, and solar panel.
But Oga,
don't worry. I know where to get them. Whether na Star J changeover cutout fuse, Slatter distribution board, Nipo cutout fuse, Star J solar battery, inverter, MPPT controller and solar panel, Star-J ceiling fan, sockets, all earthen materials. Make you no go do cover wise pan foolish show. Slatter Star-J Indian product na number 1 since 1961. Made of 100% heavy duty solid copper with no compromise. Available in all leading electrical shops nationwide. Slatter Star-J na you Pico.
Lagos, are you ready? The Niger Landlord Summit 2025 is here. Join us on Saturday, 1st November 2025 at the Golden Tulip Hotel, International Airport Road for the biggest gathering of real estate minds in Nigeria. Come and discover how to profit from the booming housing demand in Nigeria. Explore funding and investment opportunities that work. Gain insights and government housing policies shaping the market. Experience the latest prop tech innovations transforming property ownership. Network with top developers, investors, and policy makers all in one room. Don't miss this power-packed event. Registration is 50,000 naira only, with full access to sections, exhibitions, with premium networking and refreshment. How to register? Make payment to VOPFM account number 112-416-8488. Again, 112-416-8488. Zenith Bank. Send your proof of payment via WhatsApp to 0707 115 4297. 0707 115 4297.
All right, this is still the evening rush right here on Voice of the People 90.3 FM. It's 7 minutes gone past the hour of 8 o'clock. I was initially speaking with Mr. Shadrach Udubai, former special advisor to Edo State, former Edo State Governor Godwin Obaseki. He had quite a lot to say. Unfortunately, we had connection issues either with the internet, and even when I did try to call, the network wasn't favorable. But I think we were able to get a general gist of his purview to the questions that, I asked him. Now, if you had joined me from the beginning of the conversation, I mentioned where Kenneth Okonkwo recently was asking a question as to why Peter Obi would hear certain information that is considered not to be true and doesn't debunk it, especially as it relates to him and that he's attracting urchins. Let's take a very brief listen to Kenneth Okonkwo, and then from there, Mr. Tony Mbata and Mr. Lawal Kuntaya respond to some of these reactions, and then we'll open the phone lines.
That's Labour Party. So, Kajon Onuji alone is with APC, PDP, Labour Party at the same time, and you're listening to such political job. Now, he said Kenneth Okonkwo met them. Met you where? Because you were never, from your own analysis, you were never a member of Labour Party. Met you where? And you can imagine such empty barrel that is making the most noise, saying he was part of it that formed the obedient movement. Can you imagine? He does not even understand what the movement is. Otherwise, he wouldn't even say he was part of the one that formed the obedient movement. Was an organic movement that sprang up on its own, growing up everywhere because of the dissatisfaction of the people against the existing order. And one man that, like I said, that is mentally challenged is coming to tell lies. Fabrication. I said I have never had any meeting whatsoever between three of us for life. It never existed. They should have asked him, were you there when Kenneth Okonkwo was lobbying people? Have you ever had any meeting whatsoever? Three of you only. But people will just sit down and talk absolute nonsense. But here is the problem. How is it that people are lying with P2B's name? And P2B will hear such a thing publicly and will not react to it and will not call them to order publicly. You can never use me, Kenneth Okonkwo, to lie against P2B, no matter the situation. Once you bring it publicly, because I detest lies. If it is not true, I will come out publicly to debunk it. So why has P2B not debunked such useless lie that somebody is lying with his name? It shows a leader that cannot even defend the truth or defend people who have even worked for him. catch on, these are the kind of problems that P2B has, attracting even street urchins, classless street urchins. So we will buy you there. I saw another classless street urchin of the cookie. So cookie level, no cookie. All those rabies infested, dogs that anything you do, because they are ill-bred, they are very ill-mannered, ill-tempered street urchins. It's a kind of followers that he's attracting now. Okay, we buy you there. We buy you. What was that? What so we will buy you there? I don't know what it is. But this, can you imagine? In a society that other leaders are attracting distinguished people, the people you are attracting are street urchins of the people that fabricate things that are non-existing. If there is anybody who is a political jobber, who is eating from both PDP, APC, LP, is Kachononoju. So how can I meet somebody in a movement and in a political party that he's not a member? And he confessed, he said that he's still a member of PDP. Is there any still serious politician who is still a member of PDP?
All right, so I'm sure you guys know Kachononoju. He's been speaking recently on how they were able to gather the obedient movement, how the obedient movement was formed, how they spoke on behalf of Peter Obi, how they kind of supposedly, packaged him sort of and begged him to actually join the presidential race. Kachononoju has really been on a couple of media outlets speaking on Peter Obi and how they've been consulting with other political parties like the PDP. Very recently, before Jonathan came into the picture, when Jerry Ghana said they were consulting, to bring Peter Obi to its fold, it was the Kachononoju guys that have been consulting the PDP, the ADC, and all whatnot. Now, Kachononoju have been actually, saying that Atiku is the major problem, was the major problem of the PDP. That was even one of the reasons why Peter Obi left. Kachononoju is also alleging that he's also going to be a problem of the ADC, and that it's the time of the South, and it's the same attitude that Atiku actually instituted in the PDP that led to their loss in 2023, and that's what Atiku wants to do again in the ADC in 2027. And that right now, if some certain things are not in place, they could adopt another political party for Peter Obi. So he called out Kenneth Okonkwo, who has been speaking recently on behalf of Atiku Abubakar. Kenneth Okonkwo has been insisting that Atiku Abubakar can actually campaign for presidency. Peter Obi can actually vie for him. And, Kachononoju alleged that Kenneth Okonkwo has been dollarized. He has collected money. That's why he's been speaking recently on behalf of Atiku Abubakar. But, Kenneth is saying that strategy is the only way that 2027 can be won from the hands of the current APC. And as it stands right now with the political structure, what he's saying, he doesn't see that kind of win, and that even if Peter Obi does win, the structure on ground would take it away from him. So, in other words, Kenneth Okonkwo is not really happy that Peter Obi kept quiet with some remarks made by Kachononoju against him, and how some people have reacted in what Kachononoju has said, and that Peter Obi kept quiet, and that he's now attracting street urchins. Mr. Tony Mbata, what's your take on this?
Good evening, Esther, and viewers over there and listeners. The issue is that when Kenneth was talking and trying to portray something, trying to bring Peter Obi to the arena to respond all the issues. I remember what happened when Jesus was taken to Pontius Pilate, and Herod was inching to hear what Jesus would say, and also Jesus to respond to him. And when Jesus went to Herod, Herod was blabbing, talking, and Jesus was, being mute, watching the young man or the king talking and talking. He didn't say anything.
Okay, in other words, what are you saying?
To tell you that sometimes you make people to be the stupid they are, you allow them to be who they are. Because responding to every Dick and Harry that talks makes you, it doesn't bring equilibrium to whatever they are talking. You listen to them and make them that fool they are. And sometimes when somebody will come and tell you, I detect lies, go and watch that person. He lies more than the devil. He lied more than the devil. So we know Kenneth Okonkwo is still a Nollywood actor. he will do everything to make sure that his followers or people that will patronize him will be there. And look at the kind of words he was using to somebody mentally delayed, street this and that. And you watch Kenneth Okonkwo and watch his own life. We know him.
Okay.
So these things are uncalled for.
Mr. Lawale Kundaya, we were speaking literally about intolerance. You just heard what Mr. Shadrach Odubai said, that once it is the 1st of January 2026, politics don't begin full on. Everyone will start declaring where they are going, parties will emerge, and all of that. By June, primaries will commence. Now, the Obedients are saying that they don't want a dollarized primaries in the ADC. Again, the fear of Atiku, that Atiku would supposedly exchange some dollars with certain people, which if the open primary is done, the tide will go to his side. There are also talks that for the Northern Bloc, to capture or to catch the Buhari loyalists, the Atiku is the one that has a wider margin, a connection with those persons. In other words, some analysts have been suggesting that there's a way this political system is, that it's better for Peter Obi to deputize Atiku. Now, Peter Obi said that no one has spoken to him about it. Atiku Abubakar said he's not stepping down for anybody, and that the primaries are open for all, encouraging young persons to join in the ADC. He also has not said anything about his presidential ambition yet. Paul Ibe said Atiku is just trying to build grassroots participation, that he has not said anything, that no one should force him to say anything yet, so that the APC will not begin to mutilate their plans. But it's obvious that Atiku is holding on to want to be the president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. In that regard, the Obedients are saying that they will not accept a dollarized primary. So it is possible that Peter Obi may not run with the ADC. In that regard, are we seeing a clean sweep for Tinubu in 2027? With what this NURTW guy is saying, with opposition intolerance in APC-run states, what do you see the political space being like from 2026?
See, we live in Lagos. We are Nigerians. We are ready to defend our vote and mandate and this democracy. We are ready. So anybody who can see anything, Nigerians are ready. You are a human being, they are human beings. So let everybody go to the field. So whatever you like, you can say.
But what if a situation when it's time for rallies, opposition go to other states that are controlled by APC, and you see thugs released from anywhere, louds released from the caves,
Esther,
and
what do you
dispersing them and
Esther,
allowing them
let me tell you something. When you say thugs, some people kind of look at it as maybe this thug, they are kind of spirit, they are warriors, they are bigger than other. No.
Okay.
You call them thugs because what they do is unpleasant.
Okay.
What they do is vices.
Let me ask you a question.
Now,
what should Nigerians do to fortify themselves? Because they have openly come
do
out
what
to
you
tell
like. See,
they've openly come out to tell you what they are going to do.
and Nigerians are coming out to say we will stand and defend our vote. That is it. Yes, that is true fighting. That's what I call. Is that what do you call that, Ms. Ambata? That's true fighting. So if the government cannot call the person who threatens to order, and the people who too will stand up and face their own, are you going to run away? If somebody carry your child, you leave the person to carry your child and go while you run away? No. So if a threat in Yoruba, they will say, Ombo, awon ladede is coming. You set your trap so that you can catch it. So everybody will be on their toes. Let the people at the top face themselves now.
Mr.
It's not new.
Who is responsible for the transportation of sensitive materials for elections?
It's supposed to be INEC by law, but INEC will use some people's transport.
The NURTW.
I don't know.
That's your official union now.
They can use
from
it.
The federal.
But let me say, I technically disagree a little what Mr. Okunde is saying, that Nigerians are ready. I have not seen Nigerians ready. Esther, I was at the forefront last election. At the time that gun was pointed at me, I saw the way people were moving away.
And they should not move, ni?
I'm telling you that the kind of people that we are having, Nigerians, what I'm seeing, because I am talking practically what I have witnessed, what I have struggled for all through the years. And I've seen the way Nigerians are reacting. Look at even Peter that was championing for Electoral Act. How many Nigerians are coming out? How many youths? I was talking with one man the other day. He was saying the same thing. I asked the man, if they ask you to come out, will you come out? He said no. What about your son? You have only son. He said no. Your daughter. He said no.
So do you think the opposition is ready? Because with what is currently at play right now, it feels like there is no opposition. There is no opposition.
Let me tell you something.
Or are we saying that everyone should pipe down, that by next year, then the opposition will rise up? Are you not supposed to start showing your genuinity if indeed you have the interests of Nigerians and it's not all about politics where you start making promises 2 or 3 days to the election day?
So let me tell you something you may not understand. You know, the ruling party, APC, they are afraid.
How?
Let me land that. Let me clarify. See, anybody that will always make noise, I will do you this, I will kill you, I will do this. Psychologically, he's afraid. He or she is afraid. But you want to psychologically disarm you by releasing all those things, what you will do, what you will not do. So but when you see somebody, yes, and when you see somebody keeping quiet, looking at you while you are ranting, fear that man. What the APC government and all these Sagboro are doing is that they want to put fears in Nigerians, knowing fully well that these days Nigerians, you know, concern me. Well, let them do. But Nigerians, anytime Nigerians say no, we can do it. So what all of them are doing, I have been with them. I know they are more afraid than the people, than the masses. But this fear theory, I keep saying it, is what they are using. Yes, Mr. Kundaya was saying what he's saying partly is right. Because if the masses say no, they can't withstand the masses. They are very few.
All right, Mr. Kundaya, do you think the opposition is ready for the APC? And when I'm speaking of the opposition, Atiku, El Rufai, Amechi, Peter Obi, these are the top persons who are in the opposition. Do you think these persons look like people who are ready to unseat this administration come 2027? Because the reason why I'm asking is this. Recently, you heard what Jonathan said about insecurity and that Boko Haram mentioned Buhari. Remember that we heard before Buhari came on board, we had heard that there was an agenda to Islamize Nigeria and that Buhari was going to be the head to actually do all of that. Now, when Buhari came on board, or before he came on board, he ran on the premise of ensuring that insecurity will no longer be the order of the day. So Jonathan was very confident that since the Boko Haram individuals had asked for Buhari to be their mediator, that he would do something about resolving insecurity. For 8 years, Buhari couldn't. He literally allowed those guys to do what they wanted to do. Every corner of the country was affected by Boko Haram. Okay? Now, how do you think that President Bola Ahmed Tinubu would do something that Buhari, who he thought had a connection with that region, could not do?
No, one thing is that I believe that the Nigerians are waking up because, you know, there's this movement to try to silence the voices of the people by controlling the narrative of the media, the conventional media. So you do this, they come after you, they sanction you, but thank God, there's social media now.
Okay.
And then with that, it's easy to get the primary information. People who that thing is happening to will record it alive and put it on social media, which is difficult to control. Because if somebody send it on WhatsApp to you, how would the government control that?
Mr. Todimbata, do you think the president is afraid of these guys?
Which guys?
These persons in charge of insecurity. Remember the Niger guy? Yeah. The Niger guy said they will mention names. But we heard that he actually did mention some certain names. It will not come out from my mouth.
Honestly speaking,
these are popular politicians.
Esther, the president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, is afraid of touching them. There was a conversation, it's on social media. I can't remember this woman's name. He was saying that Tinubu paid, say, let me pay your flight ticket to London. He said, no, I can pay it. Can I book your hotel? He said, yes. Said they had a meeting. And when he was asking Tinubu, what do you have for the North? What about the insecurity? He said, I cannot fight insecurity or else they will deal with me. I can show. I have the video. But what I'm telling you is that
how authentic is this video?
Yes, the woman. I can't remember the name of this.
Are you sure it's not fabricated?
No. There is a popular known. It's a popular known madam and a very serious woman. He said Tinubu offered him appointment to be one of the ministers or something. She said no. But what I'm telling you, the government of the day is afraid of touching them. That's why they will come out with their gun and negotiating. That's why the minister, and can't you think of it, when they say they radicalize Boko Haram and put them
and reintegrate
reintegrate them. Some of them are in the military, some of them in the police. See, this government has bastardized everything. APC government.
So why are the loyalists of the president not speaking up? Because any form of
they believe
criticism,
in lies.
they think you
They
don't
are
want
liars.
his administration to thrive. Because to be honest with you, I was very confident that the president would damn these guys, being the fact that he's educated, he's from the south, he's tough. He understands how the political arena works, that once he comes on board, he will clear out those guys. Or do you think he's waiting to do this in 2027 when he doesn't, he knows that he's not coming again, he cannot decide to put his foot on the ground?
I said it before.
Okay.
Most of the presidents of this country from APC, they don't love the country called Nigeria. Tinubu said it, and he doesn't believe in the entity Nigeria. And look at the antecedent. They don't like Nigeria. What they're interested is their own pocket. And insecurity, they are making money. So they can't stop it. And also, this issue of touch them.
Naja'atu Mohammed, Mr. Lawson Amadi has told us the name of the lady you're referring to.
Okay.
Made that statement. Naja'atu Mohammed.
Thank you.
That's her name.
That's the name. So,
Mr. Lawson, thank you very much.
Most of these people, they don't have the political will because they don't love Nigerians. They are happy. They are happy seeing us suffering, buying us over, so that they will dictate what will happen. But you know what gives me joy is that no champion reigns forever.
Okay.
No champion reigns forever. We have Adolfus Hitler. We have Emperor Nure. We have many of them. Where are they? There was a time Babangida was everywhere. There was a time, many of them, where are they?
All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's take your reaction. The number to call is 080-3692-9933. 080-3692-9933. I would really like to know your sincere take on the conversation we've been having this evening. To be honest with you, the development, the revelations are becoming quite... I don't want to use the word scary because a lot of Nigerians already knew about this. Hello, good evening. How are you?
Good evening, Esther. I've been trying like yes forever now to get to you. This morning,
good evening.
In the afternoon, and the rest of them.
What's your name? Welcome.
Yeah, my name is Joshua Pockinstein, and I say you don't know AKP. By Sambata, good evening to you.
Good evening. I'm not a barrister.
Oh, you are not a barrister.
I am not.
So please go ahead. Your time is counting. Please go ahead.
Anyway, let me talk about Jonathan coming into the picture.
Okay.
That we know is a smoke screen. We already know that ADC is an article structure. Obi should actually go on a neutral party. Forget all this sentiment or speculation of a joint ticket with Atiku. If Atiku understands the gentleman agreement that has been reached, he should know it is time for him to shield his ambition. And I can guarantee you that if he gets to office, he will not do different from Tinubu that is in the office. So I'm from the south. I'm ashamed of even coming from the south because we are not together. We're not together.
No, don't be ashamed of coming from the south.
I'm ashamed because we are at each other's throat. Look at what is Jonathan going to do in Aso Rock? For the love of Jesus Christ. What is he going to do in Aso Rock? No, somebody explain to me. A Southerner came with prospect, a visionary, somebody who, as a matter of fact, will see his antecedent. I've met him physically. To be very frank with you, I've met him physically and I know he is competent for such jobs. I'm bringing Jonathan from wherever he is now to do the. How many are the North that will decide the fate of 200 million people in Nigeria for the love of Jesus Christ? What are the rest? Are we not great in number in the South? It pains that we start to go at each other's throats instead of harmonizing or coming rally around each other and ensuring that we project our own. Look at the North. Many of them are not schooled, but what get them together is the fact that they can just support themselves.
Thank you very much. All right, thank you for calling. 08036929933. Some of you are calling on WhatsApp, but the thing is, when I try to pick it, it drops. So maybe it's the internet, either from my end or from your end, I don't know. So please try to call the normal line, okay? Try to call the normal line. Hello, good evening. How are you?
Hello, good evening.
Good evening. Are you Genesis Bako?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Where are you calling us from, please?
Okay. My name is Genesis, calling from Ikorodu.
All right, Genesis, please go ahead. Hello?
Hello, can you hear me?
Go ahead. Genesis. Hello, good evening. How are you?
Hello, good evening.
Good evening, sir. Welcome. What's your name, please?
My name is Basi. I'm calling from Ajawo State.
All right, please go ahead, sir.
Yeah. Good evening, Mr. Kundayo and Mr. Sata.
Good evening, sir.
Thank you very much. I've been listening to all the conversation right from time. My own problem about all these politicians is that President Tinubu has signed a lot of things into law that is going to affect even the next president and he himself does not come back government from 2027. I doubt whether the next president of Nigeria to perform this position because of the things that President Tinubu has signed into law. And these are the things that is this Nigerian problem right now. So these are the things that we think of.
Okay, your network is bad. Oh, I don't know what is happening. Okay, I don't know what is going on. 08036929933. 08036929933. Hello, good evening. How are you?
Hello, good evening.
Good evening. Welcome, sir. What's your name?
Yes, how are you?
I'm fine, sir. Welcome. Thank you for joining us. What's your name?
My name is Tom Tundo. I greet everybody in the studio.
Thank you very much. Where are you calling us from, sir?
I'm calling you from Matuluku here.
All right, please go ahead, sir.
Let me tell you this. Peter Obi. Okay, let's start from voters card. Look at the Southeast. How many people have been able to go out and register? That is why most of the time I love to listen to Barista Dali. You know, I'm from Akwa Ibom State. Just let me just explain to you where I come from. I prefer Peter will be working with Atiku. If Atiku is not ready to step down, let Peter will be work with him as fight. Because even if Peter will be win, remember what happened in 2023. Even if Peter will be win this election, they will not give it to him. Let Peter will be work with Atiku. Then after 4 years, it will be very easy for Peter Obi to win the election. If APC government is not ready to hand over to Peter Obi, you know, sometimes it is always Peter. Because I know everybody would like to vote for Peter Obi, mostly from the south. But from the south is how many people are able to go out.
All right. Thank you very much. Okay. 08036929933. Your calls coming in on WhatsApp keeps dropping. So call the normal line. Hello, good evening. How are you? Good evening. What's your name?
My name is Mazi Eze.
All right, Mazi Eze. Calling from where, sir?
Ibai State.
All right, Ibai State.
Yes, so
Please go
I
ahead.
have been tired this number for long. I'm gonna got you today.
Yeah, welcome.
From Batan, the Kodayal, I greet you people.
Good evening, sir.
So what am I saying in effect that the way I have been listening to all this VOP both morning and night every day about the conversation and all the analysis. So what I'm trying to picture out whether article was brought to destroy the plan of P2B. People are saying let P2B join article. Let people bear in mind that P2B cannot disobey some individuals who help him to bring him to limelight. Somebody like Adibi or Obasanjo, he cannot disobey them and the other top politicians. So my own suggestion is that let P2B run on his own stand. Or if Atiku no want to sacrifice this very project because of we poor Nigerians that have been suffering, let people advise him to do his interest because of the interest of masses. But if he feel he cannot drop the interest, let P2B work alone or work with Jonathan. That is my own submission. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much for calling. I like this, very simple and short. 08036929933. 08036929933. Hello, good evening. Turn down the volume of your radio, sir. Good evening, welcome.
Hello.
I can hear you, sir. Welcome. Good evening.
Hello.
Hello, sir.
Hello.
I can hear you.
Hello, Esther. Good
Sir?
evening.
Good evening, sir. Welcome.
How are you?
I am fine, sir. Please, what's your name, sir?
This is Mr. Endurance on the line.
All right, Mr. Endurance. From Ilorin? From Ilorin?
Yeah.
Wow,
Right.
welcome. Welcome, sir. Please go ahead.
Esther,
sir,
you know what I'm going to just beg you for?
Yes, sir.
If I have opportunity to see Peter Obi, I'll just beg on my knee to beg him. Let him work with Atiku. Okay. This is the only way we can defeat this man called Tinubu. How can a man that is calling himself Agbiru tell you that if you don't vote for APC, that there is a Yoruba there is a word in Yoruba in Yoruba. I don't know if you understand. Say why John like you alone go below that we eat on this planet on this earth we eat on heaven. Can you imagine? What kind of life is this? Esther. I don't know if you are getting me.
I'm getting you, sir. I'm listening to you. I'm gobsmacked as well.
In fact, in a civilized country like if it is another country, by now they're supposed to arrest the man.
Yeah, sure.
It is well. God will see us through. Till 2007, in Jesus' name.
Amen.
I rest my case.
All right, sir. I think that man said what he said because a lot of them have been speaking out lately and nothing has been happening. So that's why he said what he said. Hello, good evening. How are you? Hello? Hello, welcome. How are you? Hello? Hello?
Yeah, good evening.
Good evening, sir. Please speak up, okay? Speak up very well.
You try and call it.
Hello? Okay. Hello, good evening. How are you? Turn down the volume of your radio, please. Hello? Turn down the volume of your radio, please. Hello? 08036929933. That's the number to call. 08036929933. Hello, good evening.
Good evening.
Welcome, sir. Please, what's your name?
My name is Namdi.
Namdi from where, please?
Okota.
All right, Mr. Namdi, please go ahead.
Yes, sir, how are you?
I am fine, sir. Welcome.
Yeah, you have been doing brilliantly.
Thank you. Mr. Namdi, turn down the volume of your radio.
Oh, sorry. Just a second.
Have you done that? Yes, I can hear you.
Yes, let me address the issue of Kenneth Okonkwo first.
Okay.
You know, we Igbos, we have a knack for destroying ourselves sometimes. Kenneth Okonkwo has been making himself somebody that can destroy with mouth anybody that talks. Catch Ononuju and Kenneth Okonkwo are not met. And I know that Catch can call a meeting between Atiku Abubakar and Obi at any time. Kenneth Okonkwo cannot do that. They are not met politically and otherwise. But because Kenneth Okonkwo feels that he can insult, he can talk anyhow, he goes about to use his mouth loosely. Now, look at the way he addresses P2B, the person that was just their principal. How can he compare himself and look at integrity-wise? You just spoke with this P2B few years, just a year ago or 2 years ago. You sang his praises and to high heavens. Today, you are running him down because of Atiku Abubakar. What kind of character is that? Having said that, Alhaji Atiku Abubakar, we have voted Alhaji Atiku Abubakar all this while. It's the Southeast, the South, and all that. All this while, we have always supported him. But the time has come when he is supposed to support us now. But he has always been playing a spoiler. All this while, Atiku Abubakar's strength, to the best of my knowledge, revolves around delegates. And no delegate, whether at the state level, federal level, that is not influenced to vote. P2B, not because of money. If P2B asks for money now, people will raise it all over the world. But this man is coming for something, and is coming to change something. He can't start doing those things he is criticizing against.
Okay.
Now, he is not ready to buy delegates, and Tiku's only strategy is to hijack delegates and to vote for him. Listen, this is a coalition. This is not parties coming together to merge. This is a coalition. Few individuals coming together to say, let us do this. They ought to have agreed on who will be, what he will be. He's not supposed to be dragged to primaries. But Atiku has made sure with David Mark to make sure that it goes to that place so that it can win. He has already hijacked the platform. You understand? So he has always been playing a spoiler whenever it is coming from the south. He contests all the 8 years of 2 tenors of Buhari.
Thank you very much. All right, we need to take other calls, okay? 080-3692-9933. 080-3692-9933. Hello, good evening. How are you? Hello?
Yeah, good evening from Germany. Mazi is my name.
Oh, Mazi from Germany. Mazi, welcome. Please go ahead.
Yeah, my regards to your gates. Esther, do you know one thing? The Nigerians or the Nigerian politicians, they are not ready to solve Nigeria issues. Nigerian problem is easy to be solved or to solve, but they are not really. They are just there for their own selfish interest. For example, the UK that gave us this, that colonized us. In the UK, you have 4 countries that made up UK. You have Scotland, you have Northern Ireland, you have Wales, and then England. Esther, do you know that these countries, they have their own separate national anthems? Do you know that they have their separate national football teams, everything sports? Do you know that Scotland has its own Scottish pounds, different from British pounds? Do you know that Northern Ireland has its own British, currency, but they are still in one United Kingdom? They have their different, because they know they are not one people. They know that they are separate, ethnicity, but what brought them together is politics. So, to maintaining that's harmony, peace and harmony. Everybody, every tribe, Scotland is on their own. They have their own Scottish parliament. They have their own Scottish, police. Everything. What they have in common is that passport and defense. Why not we do this thing in Nigeria? Let there be regions. Let there be countries in one Nigeria. Look at here in Europe, when you have European champions, national football, England will provide 4 countries. Scotland will be playing the national teams. North Ireland will be playing. West will be playing, and England will be playing. Yet they are in one United Kingdom. What is preventing Nigerian people or Nigerian elites to think like English people or the British that colonized them? Honestly. Finally, you see this, what do you call it, this Boko Haram. I am sorry, Nigeria cannot, until we tell ourselves the truth, this Islamist, jihadism, Nigeria will not conquer them unless we tell ourselves the truth. Right. Thank you from here.
Thank you very much.
Can I respond?
Yeah.
Now, from the first one is said about comparing Britain and UK, Nigeria to in 1960. That is what they gave us. That's why we should ask, where did former military got this one from?
Okay.
What he gave us, this presidential system, where did he get it from?
All right. Turn down the volume of your radio, please. Turn it down.
Yes, I'm already turning down.
Yes, good evening. Please, what's your name?
My name is Taiwo calling from Orile.
Taiwo calling from where, sir?
Orile.
Orile. All right. Welcome, yes, sir. Please go ahead.
Good evening, Mr. Lawal Ekundayo.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening, Mr. Mbakari.
Yeah.
Good evening.
Yeah. I think I called last week. Because I don't normally stay house every night to listen to the program. Okay. But every Friday, like, you can listen to the program.
Okay.
My mind is here every day, but I can't make it every day.
Sorry.
You see, I said something last time about the Tinubu, the kind of desperation the person is. I said the last time that for Tinubu to leave the power in 2027, I never know how they will do it. And it baffled me. Many people, maybe they don't understand the politics in Nigeria, or they understand, they don't know how things going in Nigeria. I don't know. For them to, I'm so sorry, Mr. Mbata, you understand what I'm saying, because I know it's also part of what I want to say now. I'm so sorry, but I just want to, it's only my opinion anyway. I don't know how they used to see, maybe for them to say Obi should go in. I know Obi can win. See, ever since I give up in Nigeria, I've never ever paid interest in politics in Nigeria. Except the last time when Buhari came in. I've never ever in my life to start thinking of even listening to radio and calling radio station like this. When Buhari come in, before Buhari come in, I was saying, well, everybody was happy that maybe Buhari come and make difference when he come. After Jonathan, because they think Jonathan corruption and all this is too much. When Buhari come in, after some time, even the 50 years of PDP, in 4 years, Buhari tenure, first tenure, he bastardized everything. After that 4 years, I said, no, I have never seen anything Buhari will take and put in Nigeria. But if you have to vote for Buhari again, he can never come back. My brother, Buhari finished 8 years. I mean, my sister, I'm so sorry. Buhari finished 8 years. Without any, in fact, and then when this man is coming, I said, okay, what APC will you tell people again? Now APC now come with another story. Tinubu emerged as the president. Tinubu is as the president now. Now people are planning, maybe thinking they can defeat Tinubu. And they want to even defeat Tinubu. All of us are not even taking one direction. This one will say Obi should go. This one will say Atiku should go. I will just to love when I hear this thing. They can work together for them to defeat this man. Even if after they work together, I said, it's not even easy. I'm not to talk of now thinking of this one will go direction, that one will go direction. How are they going to make it? I never even know. See, Tinubu, my goodness. You can, I listen to your program, I listen to this thing you play in Lagos State now.
Yes.
It happened, I'm so sorry, let me just conclusion. See, it happened last time when Tinubu lost Lagos. When they walk on to the governorship election, somebody was arguing with me that they didn't lose, they can still win them. I said, even though everybody go to their village, I bring their people come and put here, they can never win again. They will do any, in fact, I'm telling you, see, let me tell you this thing today. If they don't already mark their strategy down, they can kill anybody if anybody do anything rubbish.
That was what he said now. That's what the guy said. He said he means words.
You never know what you are into in this country. Tinubu can do anything. In fact, you don't even care whether the day comes to the night for him to kill. Well, anyway, if they can work together, anything can happen. But I still doubt it.
All right.
Doubt it.
Thank you very much. Wow. The Sego guy said it. He just tried to twist the narrative that he wasn't speaking generally, that he was speaking to union guys. He said it. Good evening, Esther and distinguished analysts in the studio. Esther, please, the truth of the matter as it is now is that Peter Obi should deputize Atiku to save Nigeria from the hand of these people. They don't have anything for the ordinary Nigerians except for only the political class around them. Atiku is not going to bow to any pressure to step down from Obi. Okay, good evening, Esther and distinguished analysts. Okay, thank you very much. If white people come to Nigeria with their ship to pack people as slaves, they'll be surprised that their ship will overfull with self-donations. Good evening, VOP. Osita from Isala. All right, good evening, Esther, the wise men. The video you played earlier by the Lagos NURTW chairman Sego translates. Okay? We don't joke with matters relating to Lagos and APC. What happened in 2023, we're just looking at you. If it is repeated in 2027, you will eat on earth, but wash your hands in heaven. Wow. You are voting for APC. Anyone who refuses to hear, we also won't accept. No one is free until everyone is free. Abiodun from Igondo. Now, wow. All right. Good evening, Esther. 2027 elections will be won when Atiku and Obi decide to work together. All those saying Obi should do it alone will give Tinubu a clear win. Northerners have trust issues, have not trusted Igbos yet. They need to see how Obi will work with their son before they can trust him with power. Thank you. I'll do from Dokbemu. Okay, good evening, Esther and the guests. You can see mercenaries that APC is using to intimidate votes and also to rig elections. If vote buying doesn't work, Agbero intimidation. If that doesn't work, INEC and judiciary rigging. Case study 2023 elections in Lagos, both presidential and governorship elections. You saw when MC Oluwoma what he did in Lagos, and now this chairman of NURTW in Lagos. This has made many Lagosians lose interest in voting. Look at the last local government elections. Many people were not interested because of this Agbero intimidation formula of APC, and also the state government used last year to rig the election in which they are all civil servant riggers. They have carried this rigging formula nationally. Look at all the governorship and senatorial elections, all under APC government by the president. It's being snatch it, grab it, run away with it. That is why we are in this nightmare. Lakon from Lagos. All right. Good evening, VOP, Esther, and your guest. I don't see the reason why Alhaji Atiku Abubakar will not step down for Peter Obi to run for president. Ihai from Ago. Good evening, Esther. Mercy from Oshodi. Since Peter Obi said he will go for one term, let Atiku support him. After he's finished his one, he will hand it over to him. Thank you. Good evening, Esther, and the rest in the studio. Please, I still insist that the opposition leaders are not ready to take over government from APC. I say this because there are no enthusiasm on the part of these leaders, as well as during the time of courts. Okay, for instance, Atiku spent a lot of money and resources in pursuing to obtain facts about Tinubu, but as it stands now, and becoming very suspicious of Atiku and his business friend Tinubu have not settled to work together for their interests of prospering businesses. Let Atiku stop pouring sand in Gary of Nigerians. The North and the West are not the only citizens of this country meant to lead this country. This is Ken in Lagos. All right, Ken, well done. Good evening, Esther. Does rigging election makes one a good politician? And Mize from AJ. Obviously not. Atiku Abubakar worked for Tinubu in 2023 and he became the president. He's working for him again towards 2027. We must be wise to decipher this. Ugo from Ali Mosho. Good evening, Esther. I'm greeting the gentleman in the studio. With you, Esther, the problem of this country called Nigeria, Peter Obi cannot solve it alone. And Peter Obi only can't defeat this evil government. Esther, good night. This is Maxwell from Orile. Good evening, Esther, and the esteemed guests in the studio. This APC administration has brought nothing but hardship and pain to Nigerians, and it must be voted out by 2027. Ima in Lagos. Good evening. I just want us to understand, in a fair and fair election, Obi will win, but with the type of election we're doing in Nigeria, Obi can't win because many of the processes have been corrupted. It's better for Obi to be united with Atiku and other opposition parties for them to remove Tinubu in 2027. All right, Obed Orji. It is this kind of Atiku's bragado and dollar that made Wike scatter everything. In fact, I'm beginning to go in line with Wike. The only thing I did not like about Wike is his overbearing attitude on Fubara, the governor. I supported all other things he did in PDP because of Atiku, Okonkwo, and Tamboa. Atiku has started again, and Wike will continue to scatter things. As it is now, Tinubu and his APC are launching at the opposition now. You people are paving way for APC. All right. Thank you very much. Thank you, Obed Oji. God bless you for always encouraging. Trust me, I see your messages. You always encourage. So thank you very much for that. Power is a loan. It is never duly owned, only held for a while, whether it comes through politics, position, influence, or privilege. Power has an expiry date, yet many who ascend into authority forget this fundamental truth. They build monuments to themselves, silence the voices around them, and focus on preserving their grip on power rather than using it to empower others. Unfortunately, by the time the truth becomes evident, it is often too late to do the needful. Interesting. Hello, good evening. How are you? What's your name? Hello. All right, we have a live appearance right about now. Hello, good evening. Turn down the radio.
Good evening, Esther. How are you?
I'm fine, sir. Welcome. What's your name?
Good evening to you again. My name is Maya. I'm calling from First Tech.
You're welcome.
Yeah, that lady, that candidate or whatever Mr. Ambata was talking about, there was another side of the story Mr. Ambata did not mention. The woman asked President Tinubu in London his blueprint, and the woman said, Tinubu told him he has no blueprint. It was on national television. And the woman told President Tinubu then that she cannot work with him. The man said he has no blueprint when he asked coming to presidency. Now, talking about Atiku, I will always plead with people who have enough Atiku, all those his friends, to beg him to mellow down. He still has, at least he's still a strong man. He can still contest in 2031. Because if he insists and maybe the other part, the tripod, the other part of the legs, of the three legs of the make of Nigeria are not recognized, that is the Igbos. So this is the time he should sacrifice, just like he sacrificed in 2003, Obasanjo, allow him to go for second term, and allow him to be and give him full support. Then we can support him again in 2031 because he's still strong. He can still contest if he sees that he must be president. But for me, I think being an elder statesman, being a patriot that salvaged Nigeria from this APC government that is strangulating everybody, will be a better thing for Atiku, a better testimonial for him than insisting and Tinubu will go back there. The intimidation will be let the people. Nobody has an opinion of violence, so everybody should be very careful. That is all the thing. If we want to break up this country, we do be. Who all go well? That's all the thing. Nobody has. So everybody should be very careful. That is all. People should not be.
Much.
Yes.
Thank you, Mayor. All right, Ambassador Philip Osona is in the house. Ambassador, please tell us how we can make money outside all of this wahala, all of this Nigeria wahala.
Okay.
Yeah, welcome.
Making money is the key.
Yeah.
You know, I always say that. I was here last week. I was here yesterday. I tell people that no matter what is happening in Nigeria, if you don't have money, you are in more trouble than even the politics we are talking about now. Okay, so you need to find a way to make money even while you are sleeping. If not, the truth is that you might work till you drop dead. So this particular weekend, especially on Sunday by 3 p.m., we are helping Nigerians. We'll be doing that. We want to do it again because we just celebrated independence. And our goal and our vision is to see every Nigerian become financially independent. And that is possible with the smartphone you have in your hands. Unfortunately, many people are spending a lot of money, buying data, which is good. But the truth is that don't let that phone be smarter than you, because all the applications that built into that phone is there to help you to make money. We know that many people don't understand what to do, how to do it. And that's the reason why we're organizing this event at Maryland on Sunday by 3 p.m. to showcase a lot of things to you. Show you how you can use the same phone to make money for yourself legitimately. All right? Now, what we'll be doing on Sunday, about 2 or 3 things. Number one, I'll be mentioning to you how you can use the applications you have on your phone to become a bank of yourself, for yourself, and also be able to trade on it and make your own money for yourself without giving your money to a company and tomorrow they start telling you stories, And secondly, we will show you how you can buy digital shares and assets. Some of you might not understand it, but when you come
and you sit down and listen and ask questions and get explanation, you will be able to understand that this thing is something you're supposed to have been doing for the last 5 years or 10 years ago. So internet have made it so simple for a lot of us to understand a lot of things. But like I always say, I said information and knowledge, that's the only thing that makes people be different from each other. The rich and the wealthy, they were not born from the womb and then they just grabbed all the money. They had information, they applied knowledge, and they took action that changed their life. So all of us have the same opportunity. You might not be rich like Dangote, but you will be able to have more than enough for yourself that you can be a blessing to your neighbor, a blessing to your family. So whether you're a civil servant, a company worker, a student, maybe an artisan, or a businessman, a businesswoman, a trader, whatever profession you have, you're a skilled professional, maybe you're a medical doctor or a lawyer, whatever you are, as long as Nigeria is concerned today, we strongly believe that everybody is looking for a way to make good money. So we are showcasing things to you that will help you to have multiple streams of income. And that is not going to take you away from probably from your job or from your school or from your business, and instead it create more rooms for you to make money. And for those particularly, they don't understand what to do, but they have some money in the bank and they are saying, what can I invest into? What can I do? Trust us, you will have something you can do. At the end of the day, you will thank God and thank yourself listening to this station today, that you have information that have changed your life financially. Our goal is to see that everybody around us, especially here in Lagos, be able to be financially free, and it is possible 100%. So make sure this Sunday, book yourself in to be in this event on Sunday. For the first 50 people who are going to attend, listen and listen carefully, you have what we call independence gift. This gift is something that will help you in your business and help you to make more money for yourself. And some people say, oh, I've not been into business before. I don't know how, I don't even like business. Trust me, what we are going to show you to do, as long as you know how to, send text, receive message, read the message, you can do it. All you need is some people who have been there to show you how that can be done. So for Sunday, it's at Maryland by 3 p.m. So mark your diary, set your alarm, book yourself in, text to us. Just text to us, yes. Please text to us, yes, that you will be in this event. Text to us to this number, 090 23 04 51 07 090 23 04 51 07 090 23 04 51 07. Make sure you find yourself in Maryland by 3 p.m. Once you text to us, we'll forward you all the address.
All
090.
right. Thank you very much, Ambassador Philip Osono. How are you, sir? Good evening.
Hello, thank you. Good evening.
What's your
Good.
name?
My name is Abimbola Samuel, but I'm
Okay.
popularly addressed as Great Samuel Wealth.
Okay.
So good evening, Lagosians, and
Another wealth-making mechanism.
yes, that's why I'm here.
The more the merrier.
If you listen to my name, Sammy Wealth.
Yeah.
So it's all about money. If it is not making money, it's not making any sense
I like money.
at all.
Please tell me.
So
tell me.
money is very essential.
Yeah.
And I love the topic I met when I entered the studio.
Yeah.
But one thing is, the myth about this whole thing is we cannot actually change where destiny has bettered us into. Many of us wish we were born in US, we were born in the UK, but here we found ourselves in Africa. What can we do? We couldn't do anything about it. And if the foundation be destroyed, what can the righteous do? So all we are experiencing today is as a result of the foundation. Now, unfortunately for us, on this part of the world, we seem to have greedy and leaders that lack, should I say they lack foresight? Or should I say it is because of their personal greed? because all they think about is me, myself, and I. You see all these guys keeping money in the sock away. Money that their 7 generations cannot even, finish. That is where we have found ourselves. But seriously, you can't do anything about that. But seriously, if you came out of a poor family, it is up to you for you also not to allow poor family come out of you. Do you understand? And that is why making money is very, very important. I wish tell people that if you do not do something about your financial situation now, do you know what happens? Your income remains relatively unchanged. And you know what that would cause in your life? Your expenditure increases. Inflation is everywhere. Even in the UK, everywhere across the globe. If you buy a particular product today in a grocery shop, if you go there in another 1 week, you would realize that there's a difference in the price. It has increased. So this happens every now and then. And that is why you need to do something about your financial situation. If you are an artisan, or you are a public, servant, or you are an engineer, you're a doctor, if what you are making in the past 3 years remains what you have been making, seriously, you are tending towards poverty. That is why you need to take action. You need to do something about your financial situation. And that is why we are here. We are going to be having a business summit. It's an exposition, because what we do at our organization, which is called Seco X Hub, what we do is we research business opportunities. Business opportunities that even from the comfort of your home and whatever it is you are doing currently, you could also do it alongside and make money for yourself. There's this common saying that having one source of income can be suicidal.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
Reason is because you have multiple streams of expenses.
Exactly.
Today, my sister, before you got to the office here today, could you calculate how much you have expended today? And if I may ask, how many of us are making money in diverse ways? That on a daily basis, you are making money from different businesses. That is why the rich are getting richer.
Well, so tell us
if you are a Lagosian, you should do your best to avail yourself of this opportunity. It's a business summit. It's an exposition whereby we show you an opportunity that from the comfort of your home, even with your smartphone, you can be making money. It becomes a minting machine that mints you money. Now, not just money, but the Benjamins, the dollars. If you're not making money in dollar and you're in Nigeria, seriously, you are making nothing.
So this summit now, is it free?
Yeah, it's free. Everybody can attend. You're a student, you are a government worker, you're a doctor, you're a lawyer.
Including me.
You yourself, you need to come.
Exactly.
Everybody is expected to be around. Even if you're a rich person or you're wealthy, the fact that you need multiple streams. Money is meant to be made always, all the time.
So where's the location?
Yeah, it's happening at Maryland. Maryland, Elomax Hotel. Yes. We're gonna be sharing.
Spell it. ELOMAX.
Yes. We're gonna be sharing the detailed information, because I would need to know the number of participants that are coming.
How are you going to share
we have limited seats. So if you're going to be attending this event, you need to send me a text. Send money to this. Money.
In capital letter.
It is all about making money.
In capital
yes.
letter. Okay.
It is all about making money. So you send money to this number I'm going to be calling. 0902 760 0928.
Call it again.
I'm going to call the number again. 0902 760 0928. Text money to this number. Please, we have limited seats available. If you do not text me, that means you're not coming. If you come without texting me, you won't be allowed to enter into the room, because we are going to allocate seats to you based on the text message you're sending.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very good.
I expect everyone who wish to make more money, every responsible man and women, money makes the world go around. I wish tell people that if money were to be no issues in our life, see, my sister, some of us, the houses we are living now, the environment we have found ourselves, where we are building up, grooming our children, wouldn't have been an option.
Exactly. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for giving us that intimacy.
Thank you also.
So some of us that like money, that need more money, we need multiple streams of income. You have heard. We have shown you road. Let's head on tomorrow. Thank you so much, sir, for coming in today.
Thank you, presenter.
God bless you, Mr. Lawal Kundayo. Please let me hear your final take on the conversation this evening. Based on all that has been said, all that has been talked about before the whole money-making process came on board, because while we're discussing politics, we need to make money. When we carry Nigeria wahala for head, we need to chop belly full. So we're going to know the direction where we want to take, face. What's your take with what we've discussed this evening?
Yes, my take is that the future of this country is in the hands of every Nigerian.
Okay.
Don't let anybody intimidate you. Don't let anybody scare you. Your future is paramount. Nobody is a slave. Nobody is a master of anybody. We are all together. We are equally. So anybody, when we surrender power to some people, they don't have the right to use it against us, because the power belongs to the people. So the people will have their power back. And that's what I want Nigerians to know. You will get it back. It belongs to you.
All right, Mr. Tony Mbata.
Well,
what's your final take?
My final take is that Nigeria should know that this country belongs to us, and we must take our country back.
Okay.
This fear theory, that they themselves are afraid. Let Nigerians come out, vote and defend their vote. Let me say this. In defending our vote, in making sure that Nigeria will be great again, some people will surely die, no matter whatever it is. America was great today because some blood of people were used. But one day, Nigeria will be great again.
All right. Thank you so much, Mr. Tony Mbata. Nigerians, do not be afraid. Okay? I know that these are trying times. We're all trying. But I want you not to be afraid. I want you to put your feet on the ground. Keep yourself abreast of what is happening around you. Trust me, we will not let intimidation, we will not let oppression, we will not let anybody stamp on us. We are all Nigerians, and no one is more Nigerian than the other. Try as much as possible to remember that your neighbor is your brother, regardless of their political or ethnic or religious affiliation. Do not let the politicians put that distrust and seed of hatred or toxicity. We only have ourselves. Trust me, these guys are enjoying the largesse, and they don't even know how your life is revolving or how you're coping daily with all the responsibilities at your disposal that you need to pay attention to. So when you let all of these trivialities affect your sense of realism, then I would say that you're a coward. So since you're not a coward, I implore you to be wise, to be resilient, get your PVC, fortify yourself, okay? And trust me, it go better for us in Nigeria. My name is Esther Wachiku. Have yourself a beautiful Friday. I will see you by the grace of God on Sunday evening for the Political Spotlight. Please stay healthy. Bye for now.